Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we're going to be doing the level 63 dancer quest, A Soirée in the Sultanate. Nashmeira is ready to take the show on the road. Well, if it isn't my star pupil, you could have come at a better time. A messenger just arrived. It appeared that Master Gigi Ruju has received a response from his friends in the Sultanate. As for the details, he would deliver them to us in person. Why don't you go on ahead to his villa? I will fetch Ranaa and be along shortly. What's sad is I had actually tried to previously record this and only realized as I actually got to the end that I had not actually hit record. So I had to abandon the whole thing and try retaping it. After also making it to where I would actually be able to view cutscenes I'd previously seen again. Well, well, it isn't my second favorite dancer. Good news, my girl. Thanks to the highest recognition of yours truly, my friends at the Syndicate would be more than happy to host one of your performances in Ul'dah. You have our deepest gratitude, Master Gigi Ruju. Truly, your generosity knows no bounds. Think nothing of it. Your performance gave me a thrill I'll not soon forget. And, while I'd love nothing more than to keep you all to my own, I'd be remiss if I didn't share my most remarkable discovery with the rest of the realm. That goes for you in particular, my lovely Ranaa. You may be a bit rough around the edges, but that just adds to your untamed, dare I say, feral allure. Nothing would make me happier than to go down in history as the man who introduced your beauty to Eorzea. Why, Master Gigi Ruju, you're making me blush. That'll take me. I simply can't bear the thought that you performed on my stage for the last time. You'll grace me with one final farewell performance, won't you? Surely, after all I've done for you. Our apologies, Master Gigi Ruju. We must not keep our audience in the Sultanate waiting. After all, this is but the second stop in our journey. A journey we must see through to the end. Besides, while your words do Ranaa and us all a great honor, I would remind you that the girl is still an apprentice. Excess praise can lead to overconfidence, overconfidence to carelessness, and carelessness to an untimely fall. You hear me, Ranaa? No matter what glowing words your admirers may heap upon you, remember that your journey as a dancer has only just begun. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, lest you stumble on the road to achieving your full potential. But of course, and yet, it's truly inspiring to have such a devoted fan, is it not? Why, it helps me appreciate just how much I've blossomed as a dancer in such a short time. I don't mean to make light of your achievements, I ask only that you stay focused on the task at hand. Continue to hone your craft, and not let yourself get swept away by unchecked emotion. And with that, we should be taking our leave. Master Gigi Ruju, we thank you for your patronage and hospitality. When our business in the Eorzea is done, we will return to fully express our gratitude. You need not feel compelled to travel with the troupe. I trust that you have matters of your own that you would attend to along the way. We shall await you in Ul'dah. Now I gotta go over here. But yeah, it was just like, and then I was all worried about whether or not I could actually even abandon it once I got to the end. I was just like, son of a... Oh, it was just tragic travesty, really. But I'm glad to have it all sorted out now. So, this is Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert, but we're not here to see the sights. No, we must decide upon a suitable venue for our next performance. As a matter of fact, I already have an idea. I was thinking that we might put on a show in Stonesthrow, a settlement outside of town said to be home to the poor and downtrodden. Are you sure of this, Mistress Nashmeira? I agree that the art should be enjoyed by the lowborn as well as the high, but in some glorified shantytown truly the best place for us to find an audience here? I would have it no other way. Now listen to me, and listen carefully. You recall that I told you that our Kyrgyzstan's has the unique power to clear hearts and minds of worries, and lift the spirits of all who behold it. Put another way, bringing joy and succor to the scorned and the suffering is no less than our calling in life. In Limsa as well, our audience include many who are down on their luck, and yet it did not seem these troubles weighed so heavily on their hearts. Mayhap this is a remnant of their parrot heritage, a flagon of ale in hand and a song on the lips, and all their cares faded away. Ul'dah is different here. I feel the scars of the calamity run deeper, particularly among those who lack the coin needed to rebuild their lives to their satisfaction. Stonesthrow it will be. I can think of no place more in need of what we offer. You there! Halt! Halt, I say! You're the dancing troupe that's come at the invitation of the syndicate, yes? On the authority of the Brass Blades, we command you to desist at once. Fear not, you have done naught wrong. It's just, well, Stonesthrow is not safe. Cause for visitors these days, you see. A group of real rabble-rousers have been causing trouble of late. You know how it is. Protests, riot, and all sorts of unpleasant business. Of course, the anger's targeted directly at Ul'dah's upper crust, like as not. They'd leave you a troop of formers still. The syndicate cannot accept the risk of its honored guests suffering an untimely injury or worse. We appreciate your concern, but I assure you that it is wholly unnecessary. All members of my troop are well trained in the art of self-defense. We are more than capable of taking care of ourselves. That's right. Besides, healing suffering and strife across the realm is precisely the reason we've come here. Whatever sort of struggle your people face, why not let us look into the matter and see if we can't resolve it? It is a gracious offer, but no. Keeping the peace is our sworn duty, and one we simply cannot impose on guests. Besides, we are trained soldiers, and you are not. For your own safety, you should take your leave of this place at once. You haven't seen these dancers. These are no ordinary dancers, you say? Well, I'm not entirely certain what you are implying. I suppose we have no reason not to take you at your word. Very well then, you and your friends may carry on. Just promise that you won't go looking for trouble, eh? No, I'm not making that promise. We will absolutely go and find trouble. That's just the way it goes. Mistress Nashmeira, leave this to me. I'll dance up a storm for these poor folks, calm their hearts and put an end to any riots or uprisings. I admire your spirit, Ranaa, and yet I cannot shake the sense that great danger does indeed lurk here. You may go, but only if they accompany you, and you must promise that you will not leave their side. Alright, the more the merrier, don't you agree? Let's make for Stonesthrow. I'll race you there. I keep looking over and going, am I recording? Thankfully I am. I don't know why I can't get off that subject. Don't know. Oh, there you are. Let's get started, shall we? Our first task is to figure out just who's behind these riots. Why don't we split up, ask around, and see what turns up? Don't tell me you're worried about the silly promise I made to Mistress Nashmeira. Come now. Clearly she worries overmuch. You saw me on the stage. Do I look like someone who can't take care of herself? Now let's see what the townspeople can tell us. Meet you back here when we're both done, alright? Right. There's been some trouble here of late. Won't catch me dead getting myself involved. Whoever's behind it all, wish he'd just bugger off and give us some peace and quiet for once. Of course, that doesn't stop those brass blades from glaring at me askance every time they come through the neighborhood. Not that I can blame them, I suppose. Whoever has the true culprit's an expert in throwing the authorities off this trail. Looking for some rabble-rousing rider, you say? I might know a thing or two. What's it to you? None of us here in Stonesthrow have much love for the rich. This much is true. Still, it wasn't until lately when someone started talking about actually giving them their due, that thought they were just talking big, but lately it seems they've been putting their plot into action. Sit here and wait. Hey, you there. You're friends with the Makode girl, the one with the fancy dress? She was asking around about the riots, you know. Well, would you believe I actually saw her talking to one of the blackguards responsible for it all? Well, the last thing I saw, he was leading her away somewhere. I'd go after her if I were you. Well, I wouldn't. Never had the nerve for that sort of thing. But I reckon you should, for the poor thing comes to harm. Yeah, probably. It probably should. Probably not the brightest idea on either of our parts, but yeah. It is what it is. Oh, you really saved my skin. This man told me he'd take me to the rioters' hideout. He led me here, and then, well, to be honest, I'm still unsure entirely what I witnessed. It was a strange thing. As soon as he brought me here, his body began to sway and spin in the strangest way. If I didn't know better, I'd say he was dancing. But we'll talk about that when we are back in safe environs. I should probably summon the brass blades and file an official report. Meanwhile, could you return to the city and let Mistress Nashmeira know I'm alright? And tell her, I'm sorry for breaking my word. Yeah, we'll go let her know. I see. I had a feeling this would happen. Do not blame yourself. You're not her keeper. I will deal with the girl myself when she returns. That said, I am curious. What can you tell me of the strange dance she says her would-be captors were performing? Good news, friends. Thanks to your efforts, we have apprehended the firebrand. Peace to return to Stonesthrow for now, at least until the next rabble-rouser decides to fan the flames. Still, there is one part of the story that does not sit well with me. The girl here claims she saw her captors dancing. Those we took into custody swear to the last man they remember no such thing. They know that they were dancing, but why ever would they feel the need to lie about something so innocuous when already convicted of a far more heinous crime? It's not precisely a lie. You see, from here the tale gets even stranger. They claim to have a vague recollection of their bodies moving, but insist they had absolutely no intention of doing so. They went on to say that they couldn't even remember where or why they came up with the idea to riot in the first place. On the contrary, they seemed almost relieved, just as if some evil spirit had been banished from them. Sounds like our friends have been partaking in a particularly unstable and unsavory alchemical concoction. At any rate, the brass blades will be taking over the investigation from here. Thank you for your assistance, and please carry on with the preparation for your performance with our blessing. I'm sorry, Mistress Nashmeira. I should have stayed with Illusion like you said. Together, I'm sure we could have worked things out peacefully. In the end, I was not able to dance even a single step. Just as the Kyrgyzstans can throw and inspire, so can it serve us in battle. A true dancer must be prepared for both possibilities at all times. Illusion was able to display her skills as a dancer in battle today, and I suspect it is for that very reason that your would-be captors. But never mind that. Ranaa, you disappoint me. It is not a lack of dancing prowess that led to your failure today. No, it was the overconfidence that led you to stray from your partner's side. When Troupe Falsiam dances, we dance as one. We dance to stir hearts and lift spirits, not merely to show off our skills, that our admirers might shower us with empty praise. I thought you understood this, but it is clear you still have much to learn. I'm sorry, Mistress Nashmeira. I promise I will not repeat my mistake. Forgive me for making you suffer the girl's foolishness. Though she has grown in skill, it is clear she is still a child in more ways than one. I can only hope that she will take today's lesson to heart, lest she eventually pay the price. A true dancer is about more than knowing how to move one's feet. I must be tougher on Ranaa than anyone, lest Troupe Falsiam fail to carry out its sworn duty. I can see you are confused by my words. Do not worry. All will become evident in due time. Yes, both you and Ranaa will understand all too well. With that, I must prepare for our forthcoming performance. This time I'll be asking Ranaa to take the stage alone. She may consider it her opportunity to reflect upon her actions today, and, God's willing, learn and grow from her missteps. Meanwhile, perhaps it would be best if you two return to your training. If you and Ranaa truly mean to bring out the best in one another, both of you will need to work harder than ever before. Farewell for now, and let us meet up again when it's time to move on. And now, I believe it's time I did some investigating of my own. So we're starting to get into some drama now with this quest. There we go. That's where it's at. And well, that was the level 63 Dancer quest, A Soirée in the Sultanate. Thank you for joining us here today for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you again either for another video on YouTube or maybe one of our mini streams over on Twitch. Till then though, have a wonderful rest of your day.